Testing? Say something?
Hey,
There we go. Why is it always broken?
I don't know,
God
but
damn
we're
it.
back.
Yay! Alright, let's try this again. Hello adventurers, how's it going? Episode something like 10 for building a mega dungeon. Gonna be working on area 4 today. Um, yeah, encounter details that we may have missed before, and room descriptions. Last time we worked on the boss fight down here, along with making a map for the players that the players can fill in themselves. That was kind of fun. And I'm forgetting something. What else did I say? Long is broken. His light up feature isn't working. Oh well, he's fine.
It's dark though.
I know, right? So we have.
Hmm.
So we've
Maybe
done a few
I'm
of these before. Stonewall
maybe I'm not
Trellis.
lighting up because I'm sick.
You're sick. I don't.
Yes.
Sure. That doesn't make any sense at all. But we did the Stonewall
I
Trellis, Akora's Study, which is this optional room. We had a pretty good cutscene here, actually. I was very satisfied with how it turned out. And then we finished up the rest of the. Okay, stop clicking on that one. Finished up the rest of these except for this Wet Cliff Shimmy, which we need a new name for, and we wanted to have some kind of non-combat encounter here. So that'll be interesting. Um, I forget. I think I heard you were saying you had an idea on something about this ice block right here, Long. What are you
the
doing?
the I you'll don't worry about it.
Okay, the ice
So
block.
so yeah, the ice block. The only thing I could think of right off the bat
hmm
was that it was for the enemies on the inside of the cave for the next zone.
Yeah.
And I was talking about how maybe we could use the fact that there are creatures frozen in the ice, that the inside of the cave might just be similar, and that
Mm-hmm.
might be a way for us to get dinosaurs into the campaign.
Also, you
But if
seem
I
to be
recall what I
quieter than normal. Hold on. Why is that? Your volume is normal. Everything just sucks. Are you speaking your normal volume?
I should be, yeah,
Hmm. Because, yeah, you're pretty quiet.
I don't know. Like
Yay.
I
Day, what
am
is it now? 5 of friggin' audio issues?
all
Hmm.
of them. I think is the correct answer.
Yeah, you are definitely super quiet. Let me just boost your Discord real quick. Say something. This might be kind of loud.
Salamanders.
Okay, you seem to be about the same level I am now. That'll work. Okay, what you're doing over there is very distracting. What are you doing?
Things and such. Ignore.
Things and such that should ignore. All right, fine. Let's do the tangled. We need to come up with a new name from side path too. Any ideas on that? I haven't given any thought to it.
Neither have I. And this is uh, proving that I don't know what I'm doing most of the time. I guess something along the line because it's a cliff edge. Because if I remember, you wanted to make this a real narrow shimmy
Uh,
around
the
the
tangled
side.
side path, not the shimmy.
Oh,
I was starting at the beginning. If you want to do the end though, I can do that.
the last thing I heard was shimmy. So
The
that was just
last
what
thing
my
you heard was shimmy. That was a while ago.
PNG.
What are
PNG.
you doing?
it's all for a bit. Just let me do my do.
Um, was it going to be a stained glass gate or was it going to be a mithril gate? I forget. This is a mithril gate. So they just got the brand new skeleton key, and they come over here to the only door, well, one of two doors that they have found so far that works with this skeleton key. Um, it's a unique looking door, a gate banded with mithril, what do you call them, etchings. Much different from the stained glass doors from previous. What in the. You are being very distracting.
I apologize if I was better at this. It would have been done already.
It swings open silently. Um,
Okay, so starting at the beginning. Oh, okay.
and
So
before you is,
now I'm like thinking
and
about where we are.
you exit the castle. This is a side door, blocked off from the front by massive, viney um, vines. So, what kind of side path are we doing?
Okay, so this is the
Hmm.
original door. It's just a door that they couldn't go through before, and then locked door for some reason. And it just opens into the
Yeah, so this
garden kind of
was
area that we were originally proposing.
Yeah, this used to be the boss fight area. Most of this room is going to be collapsed. If they enter this hall, they'll be able to skirt around the side of the room and reach this gate here, and it's just a fancy looking gate. That's pretty much it. But it exits the castle into a greeny. Um, outside is not surprisingly, but um, a naturally green. Um, what? Oh god damn it. Why do you have a chin strap and a side strap?
I didn't perfectly edit this, okay?
But no, it's unusually green outside. Actually,
There we go. I'm sick. Everyone outside has been telling me wear a mask. I now have one. There we go. Fixed.
it looks like you're wearing a muzzle.
I mean, what's the difference?
I guess that's fair. Um, to the super rocky and dead terrain at the entrance to the castle. The There is a dirt path forward that snakes its way around trees and tangles of vines. Um,
That did not help.
Above you is an overhang from the floor. Um, let's go an overhang from the floor above you. Above you is casting uh, shadows throughout this garden area. I am not great at typing.
There we go. Now it looks a little better.
Okay, so you have changed it from a chin strap to a forehead strap, and you still have the side strap.
Well, the side strap I should have.
Yes.
And the other one is supposed to go above your ear. And I don't have any.
So
So
you're
I put it
using your
above my
eye.
eye. Yes.
I like it. That's hilarious.
I had to try.
So we have a green outside area that is really not supposed to be here. The rest of the mountain that they've seen is pretty much dead and rainy and overcast. The overhang from the floor above makes it so there's no rain here, but it's still easily visible. Is there any more details that you think we need to add here, other than a friggin' name? Long?
Let's see.
Or have you not been paying attention?
I learned how to do more in-depth editing just now and was slightly distracted by the new options. Um,
So you weren't paying attention.
I was
Okay,
paying attention to something, just something else. Apologies. I am back now.
so using your brand new, well, really old and rusty skeleton key, you unlock the Mithril Banded Gate. It swings open silently, and you exit the castle. This is a side door, blocked off from the front by massive vines. It is unusually green outside compared to the super rocky and dead terrain at the entrance to the castle. There is a dirt path forward that snakes its way around trees and tangles of vines. An overhang from the floor above you is casting shadows throughout this gardeny area. Gardeny area. Any more details you think we need to add? I think that's a pretty good intro to this new Area 4.
Yeah, honestly,
Yeah.
it's just kind of a walkway.
Yeah.
Like it's the way to the garden, so it's not supposed to be super fancy or anything like that. It's just a side path.
Hmm.
Plus, it's behind a locked door, so like this is only open to the public during specific times.
Right. So following the path along this side of the castle, you come to a large collapsed area. The land is uh, sliding, has slid um, into a down a hole that uh,
Good God, there's so much tiny text around there. What did we write?
um, so this says small door too big for medium creatures. Small creatures will fit if they squeeze. And I also wrote just a few bricks missing from the exterior wall of the castle. Along with, if the players look or move down this hole from area 4, there is a single uh, bodoke, bodock,
Bodog.
baydoke at the bottom of the shaft.
Bodog? Hmm. Uh,
The land, ooh, has sunk down uh, into the lower sections of the lower floors of the castle.
yeah.
But the castle wall still stands. There are a few missing, a few spots where bricks have fallen out of the wall, and um, one area seems just barely big enough for small sized creatures to fit through.
And there's his death flag right there.
Right. Um, the land has slid off the side of the path towards the castle and sunk down almost to the lower floors. But the castle wall still stands. I think that reads a little bit better.
Yeah.
Um, do we want to include the handrails?
I mean, we can.
This is an area that Long and Akora traveled through a lot. Do you think Akora would have built handrails for whatever reason? I know Long wouldn't because he's not that tall.
Are you kidding me?
Hmm.
I would have made those handrails that you have on moving sidewalks. That's what I would have. So I could be monorail lizard and just.
No.
Yeah, I could do it. I know
Hexen
there's some BS spells I could
Hexen
pull out to
didn't
make that work.
create that kind of technology yet. No,
But what if I asked him
he
to?
was focused on hiding a castle outside of time. He didn't worry about escalators.
It's not an escalator. It's a moving sidewalk. It's so much more futuristic.
Sure, we'll go with
Escalators
that.
are lame, but moving sidewalks are like the Jetsons,
The
which I think we're
Jetsons?
supposed to be in the year 2020. I don't remember.
It's actually a good point. What year was the Jetsons? The Jetsons year 2062. We're still a few years off.
Ah, good. I can get more
Good.
moving sidewalks. Because yeah, no, if that was 2020, it was because we got invaded by aliens and they took over. Because that is definitely not where our 2020 is.
I think we have pretty much the opposite experience.
Now I'm pretty sure everything that's been going on is because of aliens. Either that or the Mayans are right all along.
They were right, but they got the wrong year.
No, that's actually a
2020, not
theory I
2010.
heard. That's actually a theory I heard. First off, it was 2012,
Oh,
not
was it?
10.
Okay.
Second off, supposedly, from what I heard, some like stupid rumors going around or whatever. I don't know if they're true, but it'd be hilarious if it was.
hmm
That their calendar was actually slightly misaligned. That it was ever so slightly misaligned, and the end result, 2012, would have actually been in 2020. So 2020 is the year the world ends.
Uh, well,
I don't
we're
know
at
if it's
least
true, but it would be hilarious.
we are about we are two-thirds of the way through the year.
What did you just do?
I did
I
math.
Did you really just do 8/12?
Shut
Because I'm not, I don't have my glasses on, so I didn't see anything. So I'm gonna assume you didn't
Shut
just
up.
do that.
Hey man, it's been a few years since I left high school. All right, that's my excuse.
We graduated together. What are you talking about?
My point exactly. You have forgot everything you knew about math too.
Yeah, but I can still do 8/12. I know it's 2/3. Good God.
I'm sorry, you can do math then. I'll ask you everything.
Good luck. Good luck trusting the answers. I'll give you the wrong ones on purpose.
Okay, so let's make a little note here. If any small creatures try to descend down the hole,
We don't have a spellcaster, right? Like
uh,
a wizard?
I know Bob. Bob's his character. Um, that he actually chose. I know his backup character is a wizard.
Okay. I was gonna say they can just send down a familiar if they actually had one, but I don't want them to do
As
that.
we learned with Long, familiars are broken.
Well,
So,
mine was broken, but in a different way.
well, yeah, you were the.
It
Never
didn't
mind.
work.
So, if any small creatures try to descend down the hole, they see a small creature in the dark uh, pit. This creature will look up at them as
Wait, why are you
they.
saying small creature?
I thought
Pretty sure that's a medium creature.
Bodoc? Are they? It would help if I spelled it. Oh my god. Help if I spelled it right. I failed the investigation check. That's what I spelled here, though. Bodoc. I'm confused. What are they called?
Bodak.
Bodak? Okay. Oh, I guess they are medium. Alright. So yeah, we'll go. They see a creature. Humanoid creature in the dark pit. We'll look up at them as they descend, revealing a bony white face with black eyes. I think that's.
Have you ever seen the movie Scream?
And a large hole uh, for eyes and large open mouth. Close enough. If the creature, so creatures, players, let's do clarify that. If the player does not, um, how did that, what was it called? Death gaze or something? Death gaze. When a creature that can see the Bodok's eyes starts to turn within 30 feet of the Bodok can force it to make a DC 13 Constitution saving throw if the Bodok isn't incapacitated and can see the creature. If the saving throw fails by 5 or more, the creature is reduced to 0 hit points unless it is immune to the frightened condition. Otherwise, the creature takes 16 3d10 psychic damage on a field save. So, yeah. Avert its eyes. Their eyes. They take. They make a DC 13 con save. And uh, on fail, on fail, 3d10. What is it? Psychic damage. If fail by greater than 5, uh, there
Wow,
is
this thing's actually
reduced
pretty annoying
to.
to fight.
Yeah.
It has resistance to pretty much everything that they can use or immunity.
Well, yeah. They need magical attacks.
Yeah, they need magic weapons.
Mm-hmm.
Oof.
If fails by 5, by greater than 5, the player is reduced to 0 hit points. And then they can roleplay the rest of that scene. What's up, Fishy? How's it going? Taco time. Tacos.
Ooh, I had taco time the other day. It's good.
I thought you said it was Taco Bell, not taco time.
I had both.
You had both.
Yes.
Okay.
It's not a hat, it's a mask. I'm not lighting up because I am sick, so I wear masks.
He has telepathy though, so that's why you can hear him.
Yeah.
Actually, now that I
That's
think about it, the light up makes a lot of sense with your telepathy.
yeah. It's it's a magic. I am not log. I
Any
I am long.
player that
This is log. I am long.
looks through these small holes sees a black, seemingly bottomless pit. Rocky sides about where Log's mask he gonna get the run on. Isn't that hopefully the opposite point? Maybe. What are you doing?
Making sure log is protected.
Goddamn. Seemingly bottomless pit with rocky sides about how big did we make this elevator shaft thing?
It would be
It
a very large. It
was,
would be a large floor. So,
it's not on my Excel sheet.
the,
Let's just see
um, I know that
significant features.
when he gets lowered in, he will be in range of the
Okay.
Ore of Annihilation, which is 30 feet.
10, 20,
So it would
30
have to be
feet wide.
longer than 30 feet down. Otherwise, he'd
30
immediately be in range.
feet across and uh, further than they can
There we go.
see to the sides, to both sides.
There you go.
What? Dare who
He
what now?
takes my place. For, I know feel good.
Not bad. All right, so there's the steep landslide. Next is the flooded Zen garden, along with our first room that we're not going to map out quite just yet. That'll be for 2 days or 2 areas in the future. And this will
Mm-hmm.
be flooded Zen garden.
So this one is the giant sand garden with stones scattered throughout as walking pedestals, walking positions, so that way they don't interrupt the sand and whatnot. And just half of it's been just carried away because of the water. And then we wanted to have the center area quicksand, if I remember correctly.
Uh-huh. One
There we go.
third swept away by a stream of water. 1/3 quicksand. 1/3 basic sand.
Yeah, don't worry, fishy. I
To
will
my
keep
known
logs
long
safe.
save. Actually, that's a good point. Can lizards even get Rona? I'm sure elves can.
Hold on.
Hold on, what? Didn't it come from bats, though? Oh, well. Alright, so we came from the landslide, so I should probably mention.
Oh, currently there is no evidence, as far as I can see, that
Um,
pets can become infected nor or spread it. So
Interesting.
it looks like it says reptiles and amphibians should be fine.
But elves are very vulnerable. Sounds about right.
Maybe.
Where's
I don't
Oz's
know.
mask? Well, we just looked up that lizards can't get it, so the lizard's fine, and I'm by myself, other than Long, so technically I don't need one. I think.
There you
As you
go.
travel along the path that.
There you go. Have mask. No.
The path turns to stone. Uh, bricks. Let's see. The path, stone path, ends suddenly at the edge of a large
Sandbox.
sandbox, sand pit.
That's a good point. Would they have any previous knowledge of a sand garden, or is it just something weird that we
Hmm,
have because we're weird?
that's a good question.
Because it wouldn't. I don't think it's a common thing in the standard D&D universe.
I'm sure it's. How else are you going to describe a giant sand pit other than a sand garden with rocks and
Who put this desert here?
this desert here? World Gen is being weird again.
And there's water going straight through it. I mean, what? That's not how you make a desert, guys. It's supposed to be devoid of water.
Close to the edge of the pit, a stream of water enters sand and carries some of it away. From the east, the water is only a foot deep. You can traverse it easily, except for the short kid.
Okay, one, not a kid. Two, should we mention that the water's cold as high hell? Because it is freshly melted.
Well, in order to figure out if the water is a foot deep, they're going to need to touch it. The extremely cold water is only a foot deep. There we go.
But isn't this the...
Shouldn't it be could add low hell?
No, because hell gets worse the lower rings you go. So the lower it is, the hotter it gets. So the highest part of hell is cold comparatively.
I think the highest part of hell would still be a fiery inferno that ice can't exist in. Or maybe I'm just wrong and don't know lore very well.
I don't know. I'll have to ask Clayton,
Clayton? Who's that?
the little brother of Satan. He's the vice president of hell.
Okay, serious question. Did you just make that up, or is that something that actually exists?
Nah, no, he
I've never
runs
heard
a
of this before.
he runs a podcast called Good Morning from Hell.
He runs a podcast.
Yeah, it's the number one podcast in hell. It's the only one there, but yeah.
Is this from like a cartoon or something? Or is this
No,
actually a guy that makes a
it's a
podcast
thing.
about hell?
I watch it before work like every Monday.
Wait, really?
Yeah,
Okay. That's cool. I want to see it.
yeah. They
No such thing as ice. Yeah, exactly what I'm saying. There's this giant slab of ice right here. Uh, we don't know why it's here, but there's a giant slab of ice. So I don't think this area can be hell. So you can traverse the water easily.
wait.
Um,
No, there was that episode Hell froze over and there was snow everywhere, and Rasputin was skiing. Booyah! I win.
I'm sorry, who was skiing?
Rasputin, I think.
How is he in hell? Isn't he still alive? Or am I
Wait,
misremembering someone?
I don't remember.
I don't know world history. Don't blame me. I came from an entirely different world. Blame that.
Man, I'm a lizard. You
It's
think I keep
magic
up with
ice that can't
politics?
melt. Well, while that would make perfect sense, the reason that this area is right here and the stream comes in from the giant slab of ice and flows into the castle is because it's melting. So, um,
Yeah, it's not never melt ice. I keep that in the freezer.
yeah, the
It
never
keeps the
melt ice
freezer cold.
probably If we do have any, it would probably be in this back section of the castle right here, and probably on the second and third floor area would probably be the best place for it.
Okay, that's actually perfect use for that. We need to
Hmm.
use that. There's a
Use what?
freezer where I keep the never melt ice. I
Wait,
keep it
why
in
do
the
you need to
freezer to
keep
keep
it
the
in the
freezer
freezer?
cool. No, I keep it in the freezer to keep the freezer cold.
I'll, wouldn't never melt ice mean there's no transfer of heat, which means that it won't keep the surrounding area
No,
cold though?
it just stays ice forever. It's just always cold.
It's literally just a heat sink. I need to put that on my computer then, because maybe
Yeah,
that would solve my overheating issues.
it might cause more problems though.
Why? It doesn't melt. Also, why am I so loud all of a sudden? What the fuck? Okay,
Condensation.
there we go.
I don't know.
Much better. How about it be ice? It can't melt. Well, a hole in the center that has an infinite waster water source in the middle, and that's why an infinite water source inside never melt ice. Uh,
But then the water would freeze.
yeah, either there's no transfer of heat or there is always transfer of heat, which would mean either it's a giant heat sink or it doesn't keep anything cold.
Or it's a very cold rock.
A very cold rock. I could see that being the case. The outer layers are melting, the middle is just another crystal or something?
I don't know. No, no. Wait.
Uh,
Is that slightly purple? What's going on? What is bothering me?
a weeder? A weeder. It's a weeder source.
We don't know whether it'll melt or not.
Water source in the middle. Let's see. What was the third
Wait,
idea?
it's a water crystal, but isn't ice just crystallized water? So there's more ice inside the ice.
Yes, there's more ice inside the ice. Super cooled rock in the middle. There's some ideas.
There's just a snow machine.
Just a snow machine.
Straight up a
Oh,
snow
what's
machine.
that thing called in the in oxygen not included? Just one of those inside the ice, because it's always encased in ice.
I don't remember.
Thermal nullifier. That's what it's called.
Yeah, that's it.
So you can traverse the water flowing across the garden easily. The middle is a water crystal. Does a water crystal create water though? I thought it was just a crystal that enhanced magical water control powers or something.
Depends on the game.
Um,
There's only one thing I know for sure.
as you move further into the sand pit, the sand starts to
Yeah,
what?
well, I guess there would
Yeah.
be no sand where the water is. So you could just say like the level of
Um,
sand starts to rise.
the level of sand starts to rise and starts being able to hold your weight for
Or so you
short
thought.
periods. Uh, just a note here, if the players stand still for more than 6 seconds, one round, make it easy, they start to sink into the sand. Um,
How deep do we want to make this?
like a foot. To my knowledge, sand gardens aren't very deep. They're just enough sand to make it look nice.
So like they're literally just walking on hard ground and they start stepping upwards a little bit, getting out of the water and into sand
Yeah,
and just sit there. It's like, hey, well, that was cold. And
yeah.
then
I
just
mean, the
sink
water's
back to
only a
where they
foot
were
deep.
before. And it's like, oh,
Yeah, the water's only a foot deep, so worst case, I mean, it buries their feet. That's it's not even. I don't even think it's going to be a movement penalty.
Uh, what about the gnome? If I know anything about
They're light. They
gnomes,
don't sink.
I don't think that's true.
Better than saying
In
that the
fact,
dwarves don't
quite
sink.
quite the opposite, if I were to assume,
mm,
because I have been told by little people, you you sink like a rock. Like they don't swim.
as you continue past uh, further, the sand gets more and more dense and will quickly becomes able to hold all your weight.
You hour.
Gee, I'm not good at
Yeah.
typing. We've discussed this. Maybe you should type.
I tried clicking on the notepad, it didn't work.
That's not how that works. um, there is a wooden staircase that goes up to a raised platform to the east and a round, tall, round building to the south.
That's how we could keep the combat separate.
What's that?
Because the you wanted for the raised gazebo, you wanted
Mm-hmm.
them to fire away while they were still at the bottom. But
Yeah.
on the map, we've put the gazebo basically at the edge of that encounter square.
Yeah.
What if we put is the bridge, if I'm seeing correctly, the bridge to the pond where the quicksand is?
Yes.
So as long as as I say, if they step foot on dry sand, we start the encounter to the gazebo. If
Okay.
they don't step foot there and they go straight to the bridge to the pond, then we don't start the gazebo fight.
I like it.
We just have to be careful about them splitting up. Because if they go both ways, we have a problem. Thankfully, both
Tall,
fights
round
are.
building sits at the edge of uh, at the south, the edge of the south edge of
That doesn't
at
sound right.
the south edge of the sand pit, and then we'll put right here.
Yeah, we should see what the combat difficulties for those two fights will be, because if they
They're
split
both
up,
medium, and they're not gonna
eh,
split up.
I hope not.
We had like a 20-minute discussion about splitting the party uh, in the last session for the snow-covered overlook area because one member wouldn't be able to join. So
Funny
they're
enough,
not gonna
he
split the
told me
party.
his plan.
Yeah.
The kobold that he grabbed and just kind of carried around, he
Mm-hmm.
intended to throw it at the passageway to see if he could break the passageway open enough that he could get through. But then everyone killed the kobold, so he just kind of held on to it.
All right. Well, that works.
Yeah.
Well, it
Well, you
probably
could have
wouldn't
just
have
like
worked,
thrown
but
the
it's not a
body.
bad idea.
Well, yeah. It's like, well, why didn't you just throw the body? It's like, I don't know.
Didn't think of it. um, As you move further into the sand pit, the level of sand starts to rise and starts being able to hold your weight. If the player stands still for more than 6 seconds, if let's turn this into if you stand still at all, you start to sink into the sand.
Yeah.
There is a wooden staircase that goes up to a raised Wooden platform to the east. As you continue further, uh, as you continue down the sand pit, sand gets more and more dense and quickly becomes able to hold all your weight. A tall, round building sits at the south edge of at the south edge. Just period.
I love how, technically speaking, wet sand would be better at holding your weight, but we're just gonna flip it on them and say it's quicksand.
Well,
It's like, no, you don't
there's
get to have
there's a
logic.
point where you have dry sand which doesn't hold very much weight. And then you have damp sand which holds a fair amount of weight. And then you have wet sand which is quicksand.
Are you sure?
No, but I'm I'm literally
Because
just
have you
pulling
ever
this
been
out of
to
my
a
ass.
beach?
No, actually. the only the only
Your family
water
has a boat. That is a lie.
the
There's no
the
way you've never
only
been to a beach.
water edges I've been to have either been concrete, like man-made, where we docked our boat, and then we also had at Wallowa Lake how the sides of the lake is entirely rock, like just rocky pieces. No, I've never been on a sandy beach.
That looks like brownies.
What looks like brownies? Where? What? What?
I googled quicksand.
You
That was the
googled
first thing that popped up.
quiz.
Looks like
What the?
brownies.
Come to my screen. Yeah, no, I've never been in a thing similar to this.
No, this is quicksand. That's not beach. That's
I've
apparently
I've never
quicksand.
been to anything similar to that. Um, let's see if there's some images of the Wallowa Lake shore. Let's see. We have.
But yeah, it looks like there's a sandy area and then there's just a lake in the middle of the sandy area. And just anywhere where there's water
Oh, hey, you
is
can see our
basically
cabin's
quicksand.
dock from here. So you see how it's just entirely rock right here?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the shore I've been to, but that's our dock right down there, way at the end. That's kind of cool.
But
Anyway.
yeah, from everywhere I'm seeing, it looks like quicksand is literally like there's just this dry, arid kind of location,
Hmm.
and then there's just a lake in the middle of it. And it's shallow, but it's wide. And if you step where the water is, you just start sinking.
Up until you reach your about mid chest. I think the Mythbusters tested that and found that you stop sinking about the mid chest area. What's this?
But yeah. Some people stuck in quicksand.
Are they stuck? It looks like they're just okay. I can see how they're stuck. Yeah, makes sense. Anyway, where were we? We have so the stone path ends suddenly at the edge of a large sand pit. Close to the edge of the pit, a stream of water enters the sand from the east and carries some of it away. Enters from the east and carries some sand away. The extremely cold water is only a foot deep. You can traverse it easily. As you move farther into the sand pit, the level of sand starts to rise, and it starts being able to hold your weight. If you stand still at all, though, you start to sink. Uh, you start to sink. No more than 1 foot. There is a wooden staircase that goes up to a raised wooden platform to the east. As you continue down the sand pit, the sand gets more and more dense and quickly becomes able to hold all your weight. A tall, round building sits at the south edge of the pit.
The only
If the
concern I have is
players
that they
make...
might take the wolf fight into the Zen Garden to try and use the quicksand against them.
That's fine.
But if they get near the dry sand, wouldn't that mean the gazebo fight starts?
Uh, yes and no. That's something as DMs we can just be like, all right, well, this is not gonna happen for just a second. Or we could just completely turn everything around and just be like, yeah, no, you walk back into the Zen garden, the freaking kobolds open fire. um,
I mean, the kobolds and the direwolves aren't necessarily on the same team. Also, aren't the direwolves eating something or tracking something or hunting something?
yeah, the direwolves are eating something, or they're drinking
The
the water or
velociraptor
something.
thing. Yeah, it was the velociraptor thing from the ice.
Yes, that's right. Um, so players start to move towards the gazebo. The kobolds on watch open fire. See raised gazebo. Okay. Pong. Direwolf Pond.
I like
Shut
pond.
up! uh, it's not funny. I can't type well.
It's kind of funny.
Okay, it's kind of funny.
But I can laugh because I can't either.
As you reach the top of the stairs, you see. I feel like I've typed this before. Animated kitchen, stone trellis, fallen tree, great tree. I guess not.
It's fine. You can. There are over 300 rooms. Do you want the beginning of each one to be different?
No, I want to not retype a room if I've already typed it. I thought I had already typed out the
Oh,
room description for this.
no, we
But
did
no,
a
we just
combat,
talked
I
about it a
think.
lot. Oh, that's right. We did do the combat. That's probably where I put it. So let's go back over here. Yeah, here we go. I knew I typed something.
Yeah, the
A
last
large
clawfoot.
round wooden duden, a large round
A
duden
duden.
structure.
What makes this so different? It's duden.
Structure. It's duden.
What's a duden? I don't know. It's a boxing. Boxing a geese.
In the middle of the pond are
Pawn.
three dire wolves sneaking
Two direwolves.
up. Hmm?
They have to kill the clawfoot too, so it's only two direwolves.
Sure. Two dire
Look at the
wolves.
combat.
I'm reading the combat
Why does it say two? It says three. The can't. The thing says dos.
because we probably made it a three wolf encounter and then decided to swap one out for a clawfoot later.
Yeah, dinosaur.
So let's see. In the middle of the pond are two dire wolves sneaking up on some kind of creature.
It looks like either
This
a bird
creature
or a
has a
lizard that is bipedal.
lizard like head, stands on two scaly legs, and has a single large claw on its toes. Feet.
And its toes have it just hasn't clipped its toenails.
So yeah, we'll go with that.
Yeah, if anyone
There's
we
not
can
much
just
else to
pretty
say
much
here.
tell them,
Just
be like,
kind
yeah,
of,
it's a velociraptor.
yeah, pretty much. Um, to the
South.
south of the dock, there is on the south edge of the dock, there is another staircase leading back down. um, Around the edges of the dock, there are wooden benches and seats
And loaves of bread.
and loaves of moldy freaking bread.
No, it's fresh.
It's
Wrapped in plastic and everything.
wrapped in What world are you in? Wait, what world are
All
we
of
in?
them.
Wait, shit. That's the same answer. There's another staircase leading back down. I think that's pretty much it for the room description for that one. We'll do raised gazebo. Um, as you approach the gazebo, the kobold lookouts
I think we did the
notice
combat for that one too.
you
Because I think
and
we did all the
start
combats.
throwing fireballs. Fire. It's not a fireball. It's a fire what?
The cantrip is Firebolt.
Fire bolts
Yeah,
at the
Firebolt is a
players.
projectile. Fireball just simply causes an explosion at a location.
I see. Let's see. This is called the raised gazebo, so we need to go down a little right here.
But yeah, I'm pretty sure we wrote up this combat as well, so there should
Yes,
be
we
some
did.
info already.
Also, my throat's getting kind of dry. I'll be back in a minute. Gonna grab a drink. Anyway, can you read that while I'm?
Yeah, I had my glasses off because my eyes were freaking out. Give me 1 second.
Well, see.
Uh, we don't have a short summary. The encounter description. If the players get stuck in the quicksand for any length of time, the skill sorcerers will start firing at the players. So yeah, if they just idle in the quicksand for too long, we're also gonna start that fight. Apparently.
Well, I think that
Sorcerers.
would be if they enter the quicksand again after leaving. The kobolds notice the commotion from the wolves.
That'd be kind of funny. Um, Sorcerer stays up to and throws all of their spells. Dragon Shield goes to the stairs to be a front line.
Hmm.
Kobolds throw rocks with slings, and when the players get up to the top, they'll switch to daggers. So basically, just shield becomes door, and the sorcerer and the kobolds just start flinging everything that they can at the players.
Oh,
So it's just a rush to get up the stairs.
it sounds like a pretty solid encounter, actually.
Yeah.
So as you approach the gazebo, the kobold lookouts notice you and start throwing firebolts and rocks at you. Um, you are about 40. Let's go 50 feet away. So they're going to need to take an entire turn to run up there. Does that math work out? 10, 20, 30, and we'll say 30.
It's enough that if they sprint, they can get to the top of the stairs.
Yeah. 10, 20, 30, 40.
But they won't be able to do anything once they get up there.
Yeah. Well, the dragon shield's going to be sitting at the bottom of the stairs with the shield anyway, just kind of being a door. So
Oh, we're gonna
if
have them
they,
at the bottom of the stairs?
yeah, if they
That works.
sprint, they'll be able to try to hack away at him with his shield right there. So
Well, sprinting takes away your action.
yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. Um,
Now, I think you just said the opposite.
there is no cover anywhere nearby.
I swear to God, if one of them picks up the rock things that they were walking on and tries to use it as a shield, I will give them a high five and be very upset that they ruined our garden.
Right.
Oh, for the
That's a good
flooded
point.
sand garden, we need to put the description for the sandy area about the footprints because we're gonna
Yes, you're
have
right. We do. A tall round building
dragon
sits at
lawns.
the. So we'll put it right here. Let's do um after the sand. Maybe not after. The dry sections of sand have. How do you describe your footprints, Long?
Uh, I would assume he would be doing exactly what he was doing as a lizard, but just in dragon form now. So it would be literal. What size do we make him? Adult
I think
or
something like
young?
that. Yeah.
No, I think we had to make him a young.
Yeah, probably for balancing reasons, we had to make him young.
Uh, can do beyond. But yeah, it would be the dragon footprints on the sides, and then there would just be a large, thick line just going down the center as he just drags his stomach around, just making lines.
An odd pattern of uh, a single large rut with two sets of smaller
Yeah, it looks like he's a young because he's a
dashes.
large category.
Okay, that makes sense. On each side. So, like that. So, the dry sections of sand have an odd pattern of a single large rut with two sets of smaller dashes on each side. Repeating dashes.
Yeah, and then I say we just put like near the edge of the pattern or something like that, or the edge of the garden. We put a actual footprint for a young dragon, just to weird them out. Like just from when he was like walking into the garden and then started doing the
These
thing.
patterns appear to
It's like the footprints next to a snow
continue
angel kind of
out
deal.
of the pit, out of the sand, like some kind of creature slid through the area. Something like that. And then if they like
Investigate
wander off
the
into a
patterns or
specific
something.
location or whatever, they can find a footprint.
Yeah.
If the players
Like
um,
if they get curious about the
look
rut
around
at all,
for
I guess we'll give them the
details
thing.
about the Designs in the sand. They find a large footprint
Of a young dragon.
of a young dragon. Describe a what? Crocodile foot,
Oh
but
no, there
bigger.
should
I think that's how that works. Probably. They're all lizards, right?
no.
All right. I don't think they have any nature aligned players. They might not know what kind of creature this is. Probably not, actually.
Hmm. I am finding a whole lot of things that I wasn't looking for.
Turn on safe search and try again.
No, not that. I mean, like, it's a lot of info that I
Oh,
just wasn't trying to. It's interesting info, just I don't need that right now.
interesting. Single large clear footprint with 5 digits and long, sharp claws that have dug into the ground with each
I
step.
don't think I
Hmm?
don't think they have 5 digits. I'm
Do they
looking
have
at a bunch of
4?
D&D pictures.
3? 1?
Uh, it looks like their back feet have 3 or 4, and I see a pretty consistent 3 or 4 for the front. So they probably have four, three
Okay, we'll go
fingies,
3.
and then the thumb. And then for
Makes
the
sense.
foot, it'd be 3 toes and the big toe,
Okay, so we'll
or
go
that
4
like
digits.
weird side claw that.
Yeah,
Because like it looks like different kinds of dragons have different kinds of feet. For
they're
example, the
probably
brass
just artist
dragon.
interpretations, actually.
Yeah, but this is like the actual D&D thing.
Interesting.
It looks like the bronze dragon has more of a humanoid style looking feet,
Hmm.
but red dragons seem to have a more like chicken foot kind of deal.
Um,
I have no idea. I don't think this has ever been brought up. Here we go. That's a pretty. Maybe we could use that.
use what?
Uh, I'm gonna send you this one, but don't show it to Strim because this one's actually for sale. So it doesn't
Okay.
seem quite right to just throw it up on stream. But
Um,
the
so a
footprint
buff
in this.
kobold with a shield runs down the stairs and sets his shield up as a barrier across the stair entrance. Oh, I see what you did. Okay. Um, so let's go
Yeah, it's not like perfect with like everything else I was saying, but something akin to that. Just big as heck footprint,
V-shaped
big
footprint
toes.
with 4 digits, long sharp claws dug into the ground with each step. The footprint is about what, 1.5, maybe 2 feet long. I don't know how big the feet are.
Uh, how big do you think it would be if these guys were? Oh, hey,
Large creatures? I have no idea.
Yeah.
If players can make a, what is it? Tracking, nature, survival. What's the what's the one for
I think a nature check would be the one that you use for either nature or survival, whichever is higher for
identify
because survival does
footprints?
tracking as well, I think. So nature survival. Also, here we go for future reference
So
if we
apparently
ever
the
need.
general rules say survival is for following tracks over a distance, and investigation um, is to notice and glean information from, which makes sense.
Okay,
Oh, this is a very uncommon creature. So DC 20,
there we go.
investigation.
Picture of a silver dragon. It's an
Uh,
ancient silver dragon, but that's the only one
check
that they actually
to
put pictures of.
find out the uh, creature that left the print. And young silver dragon, because apparently they have different feet.
Yeah. For
Cool.
future reference, think of a smaller
That's
version
not
of
what I
this.
wanted to open.
I grabbed a picture of a silver dragon. It's an adult or it's an ancient because that's all I could find.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's
That looks
a
good.
that's either an adult or an ancient, but yeah, just think of a smaller version of that, I
Okay,
guess.
that makes sense.
I've never looked at their back muscles. God, it looks weird.
I know, right? They gotta put the wing joints in there somewhere.
Yeah, but like the three large shoulder looking pieces of muscle right above the shoulder, it's a little disconcerting. He has a six pack on his back.
I know, right?
It's
Pretty cool, actually.
it's
So
so terrifying.
the dragon shield runs down the stairs, sets up the shield as a barrier across the stair entrance. The top is a single sorcerer and two smaller kobolds throwing fire and rocks. After that, I think we can just run it from the encounter right here. It's pretty simple.
Yeah. I mean, it kind of they are being ambushed, so to speak,
Yeah.
because they have the high ground. So it's just like, hey, you walked into their don't go over here range.
When the
Sorry.
players, actually, it probably is before. There is a second staircase on the east side of the gazebo that appears to be open. If they want to take the extra time to run all the way around, I think probably what 70 or so. It'd probably take two moves or a run action to dash action, whatever you call it, to get over there. Probably be best.
Yeah.
If they want to use an entire turn uh, in addition to getting up to the fight, I think that would be a good way to do it.
Yeah. I think it should they should be able to get to the guy on the bottom of the stairs just barely. So that way they get a round of flinging projectiles at them. And then if they want to go the other route, they can get to maybe the top of the stairs using a sprint, but they have to give up their entire first turn.
Well, actually, I was going to say the bottom of the stairs
Or
with a sprint.
I can do that.
Yeah.
I like that. I mean, if they're gonna go for the backstabs,
Mm-hmm.
Sorcerer's gonna take a look at you.
For sure.
Actually, probably not. The little kobolds will probably break off so the sorcerer can focus AoE on the other guys, depending on how many split off.
The east staircase. Um, what do you call it when you got like the staircase and the bridge and there's no distance between them?
What?
Like you got the staircase down and it just turns into a bridge. There's not really anything in between it, like a path or anything. It just goes straight from staircase to bridge.
I don't think there's a word for that because, technically speaking, it's a bad idea.
Fair.
I don't think that anyone who actually knows how to make buildings would actually do that.
You should talk to the guy at Whitman College then. Whoever designed Whitman College. They do that fucking everywhere.
Oh, that's what you mean. Okay.
Yeah, that.
That's called stupid. I
The
hated
east
those things,
staircase,
man.
stupids at the bottom. I
And
don't think
smarts
that's
at the top.
smart. God damn it. Um, uh, Freaking words. How
I
do you
don't know.
describe this? The staircase um, ends at the start of a bridge.
It is a bridge.
There you go. And then they stream
Stromboli.
side path. Across the bridge is
Over
a
the bridge into the woods.
is a wooded area that and is on the other side.
Hello, Chendrix.
Grandma's house. No. Hey, what's up, Chendrix? Okay, seriously though, across the bridge is a stone brick sidewalk that follows the curve around that follows the curve of the stream.
Yes. Yes, you did.
Yeah, you were very talkative. So the sidewalk curves around with the stream, and
Yeah. I mean,
there is another bridge. Uh, we could do the whole like it doesn't matter which one they took. We'd read the same description leading to
yeah,
the area you missed.
you didn't come from.
You didn't come from.
But yeah, you were definitely there. You were saying plenty of words.
Not quite
A lot of
sure.
them were misspelled.
Not quite sure they made much sense, but it was fun.
Yeah, we talked about drinking.
Yeah. So coming from the area you didn't come from, I can see them thinking that means this one. So there is another bridge leading from the area you didn't come from. I mean, yeah, that's the best way to say it. To the north or west. We'll just do that. The path continues south and gets cut off by a large tangle of vines. That's pretty much it. There's not much in this encounter space here. It's just a connecting room. So the stone wall trellis. The path ends with a tangle of vines with green flowers growing out of the castle from a window about 10 feet off the ground. What?
I was uh I was reading some of the since Chandrix reminded me, I was reading some of the text from last stream.
Some of the text from the last stream?
Yeah, some of what Chandrix was typing. Just ignore me. I don't know what I'm saying. I'm drunk and I think I don't know I'm drunk. What?
That's pretty much how it works. I remember you agreeing with him, so there's that. So the stream continues through the vines and up the mountain, following the castle wall. There is not much there. They can either check out the window or they can continue following the stream. Um, the vines follow the side of the castle about 10 feet off the ground. Close enough. Something like that. So, Cora's study, there's no actual entrance to the room. It's a cutscene. We did really good work on that last time. I still need to do that. But following the river past the wall climbing vines, you come to the edge of a very sudden and small forest of trees. This grove isn't more than 70 feet across, and there is a single large fallen tree blocking the path. The tree is about 6 feet thick and cuts the stream off, blocking not the path, the stream. The tree is about 6 feet thick and is covered in vines that are spewing the poisonous gas. As you move past the fallen tree, oh, I see what I did there. As the players move past the fallen tree, see encounter description. So that's the fallen tree forest.
But yeah, in that one we just had the saber-toothed tigers who were following the other combatants,
Mm-hmm.
just kind of sitting there and wait. We're gonna see if they get jumped on or not.
Have the toothed tigers roll, or is it the players? Roll hide checks. That's how we did it. Against the players'
Passive
passive
perception.
go away. Perception. Okay. And then we can just do the encounter description while they're rolling. That'll give us plenty of time. So continuing down, as you walk through this really small forest of giant trees, you find the I forgot we put the word chungus in our room descriptions. God
You're
damn
welcome.
it. um, uh, how do you describe this thing?
You find a lottie coming.
No. You find the uh, tree of trees.
You find a big old fucking tree.
Actually, I like that. You find a big old fucking tree.
Tree.
What? As you walk
That was
through this
nice.
really small forest of giant trees, you find a big old fucking tree. This tree is well over 20 feet thick and is partially embedded in the castle's wall. Castle's wall. The base of the trunk splits into several roots above the ground. One of the roots is filling a doorway. The door is sticking out of the tree from several feet above. The roots of the tree all have green flowers on them. The doorway is impassable as long as the root remains. If the players decide to attack the tree, any cuts on the roots releases a thick cloud of poison gas.
That's right. We need to point out this tree has the green flowers on it.
Yeah, green flowers.
Oh, geez. Somehow I entirely missed that.
That's fine. And lastly, we have the Wet Cliff Shibby, which we still need a new name for.
Yeah, yeah, Gendrix, did you at least get a good night's sleep after all that? Does it sound like a fun night?
That definitely sounded like fun. So the forest cuts off suddenly, and the grassy floor quickly transforms into a steep, rocky cliff edge. The stream you have been following continues along a very skinny ledge no more than 2 feet wide. Any small creature is unaffected, but medium and larger creatures can lose their footing on the slippery rocks. As the players try to uh, uh, shimmy across,
Yeah.
across,
Across. Across. Lacrosse.
they make DC, what, 15, 20, 45?
How bad do you want to make it? Because they fall off the map if they fall off this thing.
No, they just have a oh shit moment. I don't think we're gonna actually have it so that there's any real danger here. It just makes a really good uh what do you
I
call
guess
it?
just make them make climb checks to get back up.
DC 15 dexterity. Would it be acrobatics or athletics? Acrobatics checks.
Acrobatics sounds more for keeping balance. But usually they're interchangeable with a lot of checks. So you could just
True.
say whichever is higher.
They must make DC 15 acrobatics checks or lose their balance and fall 10 feet down the side of the cliff.
And then just give them a
Is it
low
10 or 20
DC.
feet that causes fall damage? Because we could do a single instance of fall damage if they fail. That could be
I
pretty fair,
don't know.
actually.
I would say do that and give them like a decently low, like maybe a DC 10 for catching themselves or something like that. So that way
Let's
they don't
see.
have to.
D&D 5e fall
But do we really want to
damage.
have keeping balance be more difficult than catching yourself while falling?
A creature takes 1d6 bludgeoning damage for every 10 feet it falls, to a maximum of 20d6. The creature lands prone unless it avoids taking damage from the fall. So yeah, we'll do 10 feet down the side of the cliff. As they land, they can. How do they avoid taking damage?
Depending on the monk's level, he'll be fine. But he's also the small one, so he doesn't care.
Yeah.
Uh, Landing strategy. Give them a athletics or acrobatics check with a DC of 15. If they succeed that one, they're able to land on their feet and catch themselves. If not, they'll take the fall damage.
Make another DC 15 acrobatics check.
Or athletics. Because I'm
No, acrobatics is how nimbly you can move through the air and stuff and balance on things. Athletics is how far you can throw things or how high you can jump and stuff like that. Acrobatics is
mm,
dex. Athletics is strength.
exactly. That's why they're usually interchangeable. Because if you
No,
can't do something finessely, you do it with a different way with strength.
that
Just like how you move shit the different way I do, because you use leverage and inertia and stuff, and I just use brute force.
which is why you're probably tired at the end of every single day. But that's a topic for another day.
Hey, I am tired because everything else other than work is stressing me the hell out these days, and I need it to stop. Oh, network error. What the hell?
A network error. What?
Stream just disappeared.
Bitrate shows good.
I refreshed and it's back.
19 drop frames, so we're good on that side. So
That was weird.
I guess your buffer just ran out. Anyway, as they
Maybe.
land, they can make another 15, a DC 15 acrobatics check, um, to avoid taking fall damage. If they take damage, fall damage. Oh my god. Damage. They land prone and.
I don't think you need to write that, since that's just kind of a thing about fall damage.
See, this obstacle is going to exist even after they pass it, so technically they're only going to be awarded half experience for it, and they could run into a random encounter here later.
Long live the king.
Sure. Are you talking about yourself or some other king?
No, I mean, if there's a random encounter here, I am disparting something off the side of the cliff.
I see. Wait, you are? That means one of the players is going down. um, it
I
takes
definitely will do
a
it to the monk once he gets to a higher level. Have you seen this movie? Kick.
full round.
And he
It
just slow falls down the side.
it takes 60 feet of movement to climb back up the. Let's go 40 actually. To climb back up the cliff.
And where do they end up when they climb? Do we want them to be, like, if they don't designate a location? Do we want them to be at the beginning, where they were, at the end?
Um,
Well, I guess we can just decide that then, if they decide not to actually designate a location.
yeah.
Oof, you're gonna shove a rock up their butt. Nice.
Yeah, pretty much. I don't want them to fall all the way off the mountain, but I also don't want them to like have a area that they can fight on down there. So
The
it's just a small
stalagmite
rock.
hurt
It's just a small rock that they catch themselves on. It's fine.
as they fall. The stalagmite hurt.
At the end of the ledge is a hole in the mountain. Is a cave mouth that leads into the mountain by the ledge. Okay, I think that reads well. The forest cuts off suddenly, and the grassy floor quickly transforms into a steep, rocky cliff edge. The stream you have been following continues along a very skinny ledge no more than 2 feet wide. At the end of the ledge is a cave mouth that leads into the mountain. Any small creature is unaffected by the ledge, but medium and larger creatures can lose their footing on the slippery rocks. As the players try to shimmy across, they must make DC 15 acrobatics checks or lose their balance and fall 10 feet down the side of the cliff. As they land, they can make another DC 15 acrobatics check to avoid taking 1d6 fall damage. If they take fall damage, they land prone on a rock sticking out of the cliff. They land prone. Let's do down the side of the cliff onto a rock sticking out. Yeah, that reads better. If they take fall damage, they land prone. It takes 40 feet of movement to climb back up the cliff. I think that's pretty solid.
Yeah.
Anything to add?
So we ended up putting an encounter here. Are we? Is it because we're counting?
Yes, we're counting the cliff edge as an encounter. Because unlike the previous non-combat spaces like the Great Tree, it's just a room description that they can look around in. Like for the Tangled Side Path, we literally have uh, freaking 2 lines of text. The Stream
Hmm.
Side Path is even shorter. It's just moving from one place to another.
All right.
This actually, they can use resources, and someone could, very, very hard to, but someone could die falling off this cliff.
That would be the funniest thing in the world.
I know, right?
I guess that's fair. It just counts as an easy, maybe even a trivial encounter.
hmm
All right.
But yeah, that'll work really well because I plan on only giving them half experience for this encounter until they find a way to bypass the risk of falling every single time when they walk through this area.
Yeah. And
This
stone,
encounter
the stone
awards
trellis area, we have
1/2
pretty much that thing entirely
combat
done because
XP.
of last session, if I remember correctly, right?
Sorry, I wasn't paying attention. I was typing. What?
The trellis idea, the trellis area as an encounter. I think we finished that basically when we were thinking of the squares last week, right?
Yeah, with the players on the wall
Yeah,
and the party wandering through, the kobolds
yeah.
wandering through. Yeah. Um, this encounter awards 1/2 normal combat XP. The
How did they get
other
the other half?
half um, will be awarded when the players find a way to always bypass the flippery. That's a new one.
No,
Slippery
I'm keeping the
ledge
slippery ledge. If you fall, we summon dolphin.
risk.
It's like an Easter egg. Yeah, if
There
you
we
jump
go.
off this cliff, you'll
This
find dolphin.
encounter awards one half normal combat experience. The other half will be awarded when the players find a way to always bypass the slippery ledge risk.
Just one of them buys a pickaxe and just starts digging. Wait, no, they bring one from the underground area because we did give them pickaxes.
Well, considering how they decided to keep the dead kobold from the ice encounter, it wouldn't surprise me.
Hi ho, to all we go. Stop singing that song. I'm a gnome, not a dwarf.
That is a good point, though. We should do Stonewall Trellis. The stream continues through the vines and up the mountain, following the castle wall. The vines follow the side of the castle, about 10 feet off the ground. Um, if the players try to climb the vines on the castle, read the maybe.
Uh, Hello.
I see a live feed, so cool. I think we're back. Well, that
Hey,
was
there we
annoying.
are.
The internet just decided to take a take a
Yeah,
quick nap.
everything died for
um,
just a second.
well, we're back. Yay! That was uh, annoying to say the least. Let's see. I can be heard. Can you be heard, Long?
Yeah.
Cool. All right. Well, that sucked. Where were we? What were we doing? I don't quite remember.
Okay. Uh, I have no idea.
I don't remember either.
I am so lost.
The internet went down, and my memory of what I was doing went down also.
Oh yeah,
Let's
we didn't
see.
save.
We didn't save. We tried to sync to the cloud. The internet was down. Okay, so I remember doing something with the trellis, the combat encounter. I was looking up something to do with
So I mentioned the pickaxe, then you went over to the trellis,
yeah. So let's
and
see.
then everything just kind of
I
stopped.
I think I was looking at what the encounter was. Stonewall trellis. Oh yeah, this is the one with just 6 kobold inventors.
Yeah, basically they're just gonna
6
throw
kobolds
uh
um,
alchemist fire at them while they're on the wall.
from the next area and read the combat encounter. Close enough. There we go. Yeah, I have no
It
idea what
really
we were
only
doing.
10 feet up.
Yes, it's only 10 feet up.
That's that's barely a climb.
But it is a climb.
Yeah, but how are I was thinking like maybe there was a chance. Maybe.
Because 20 feet up is floor 2.
I know, but like I was thinking like maybe there was a chance that the kobolds don't see them.
No,
But
there's
they're
there's no
gonna
chance.
see them.
Read the combat encounter. All right. Well, that works. We're done with room descriptions. We're done with combat encounters. Was there anything else we needed to do with with area 4?
What if they try to tame the clawfoot?
The clawfoot? Oh, the
Yes.
dinosaur that the wolves are hunting? I think the wolf is probably just going to kill the thing before they get there.
Well, then why keep it as part of the encounter? Doesn't that changes the difficulty?
I guess
If
that's
it's a
fair.
scripted death, it's not part of the encounter.
That's fair. I don't know. We'll figure it out. If they decide to raise a pet, we'll figure that out when we get there, I guess.
If they make it all the way to long with that thing, I'm eating it.
Yes.
I am sorry, but that will be the first thing I do. It will disappear into a wall in the shadow and reappear behind them and just home.
Oh,
Just
that'd be
just
perfect.
slowly mouth around entire dinosaur and just home.
That
And then
would
just
be
sink back
great.
into the shadow. It's like did he just I just hungry hippoed your dinosaur.
So, on a completely
Why did
separate note,
your face broke?
I know. On a completely separate note, I'm not in the camera's range right now. I'm
Ah,
feeling
that
around my
looks
motherboard. There are no hotspots anymore, so the
you
fans are
remind
definitely
me of
doing their job.
the captain from SpongeBob. It's bothering me.
Hey, wait. Open
Who
your
lives in the
mouth, damn
pineapple
it.
under the
All right, whatever.
Oh, who lives in the
Oh,
pineapple?
there we go. Why did it it does it now?
Because you were doing the wrong vowel.
Eh, E. What was I saying? Oh yeah, there's no hotspots on my motherboard anymore. So maybe we could do some Final Fantasy tonight? I don't know. My computer probably will just shut off again.
Maybe after stream, but I definitely don't want to just do more breaks on stream.
Yeah, I guess that's fair. So what next then? We're done with Area 4, other than coming up with a new name. Okay, that's definitely what we need to do next.
What
What's
the
this
fuck?
name
We
gonna be?
don't.
Wet
Aw.
Cliff.
uh,
There we go. Came up with a new name. That was really fucking easy. Why didn't we do that before?
I don't know, but for some reason you said Wet Cliff, and my brain went to Clifford the Big Red Dog.
Oh, my spelling is as terrible as usual. Wet Cliff Lidge. Definitely how you
Lidge.
spell ledge.
Eh. The only people who will see it is the entirety of the internet. It's fine.
The entirety of the internet. I think you greatly overestimate our. I already deleted it. Our reach. This tangled side path. Tangled. Uh.
What's hold on.
Hmm. Hold on. Hmm.
I was wondering what a good name for a garden entrance would be.
A name for a garden entrance.
Yeah. Tangled something or other.
Garden entrance. No. We could just do the tangled paths for now and maybe come up with a better one. I don't know.
I'm down for that.
Tangled Paths is now what it's named. The Tangled Paths. And there's no encounter there, so we don't need to update that. Alright. What else is there to do? I don't think anything. Not for Area 4, anyway. Unless I'm forgetting something super obvious. Can you think of anything? Hello? Uh, uh.
No. Ah. Hello.
Internet, don't die on us.
No. I want to live.
Yeah, alright. Well, we're done with Area 4. The internet's deciding to micro
Die.
sleep, so I think that's a pretty good place to stop for tonight.
Her internet is a giraffe. Help
Our
us.
internet is a giraffe, yes. Uh, wait, what?
Giraffes sleep for 1 hour a day, but they do it throughout the entire day, so they micro sleep, passing out for seconds at a time.
Ah, did not
Yeah.
know that. That's kind of cool,
Yeah,
actually.
they're too big to hide in their natural habitat, so that was what they decided to evolve
Huh,
into.
that's cool.
Yeah. That's why you can't sneak up on a giraffe. Always watching.
Hmm, not bad. Anyway, guys, I think we're going to call it here for tonight. Thanks for stopping by, watching. We'll be streaming again on Monday, 10 p.m. Pacific time. Hopefully, we'll have figured out my computer's problems by then, and we'll be doing some Final Fantasy. If not, we'll
Yeah.
probably do more Minecraft. Yeah.
Yeah.
See you guys.
Yeah. Hopefully you enjoyed, and if not, you now know a random factoid about giraffes. You're welcome.
Fair enough. Night, guys.